Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I talked to you about why I think literature is important and it will be particularly so in an uncertain future. I'm going to tell you more specifically about why I think literature is essential for our human beings. So I think good literature can strike a chord in our heart, helping us have a sort of resonance, right? And the reason why we can feel the same feeling as the author feels is because it gives us a sense of déjà vu, meaning that we've known that's true, we've known that's our feeling, but we don't know how to properly express that. But owing to our reading, we know that's the proper way of articulating that exact feeling or perception, and that's why good literature is good. I just finished reading the book Steppenwolf today, the English version of this, and I can tell you why I think this is a good book, because it can tell us no matter where we are from, when we are reading this book, that there are different layers of a human psyche. The part that's somehow benevolent, the part that's brutal, thereby a wolf, they are at odds with each other. And sometimes the wolf will take precedence and win the battle, which is exactly what happened in this book. So I'm gonna tell you briefly about two stories that struck me most in this book. The first story was that the protagonist, Harry, with another man, was shooting guys on the road, driving cars, and they shoot those guys randomly without any specific intention. And their reason for doing that is because if they don't do that, they will let the continent they live in become intolerably crowded and corrupt. So they need to somehow clean that by killing persons. That sounds preposterous, but that's exactly what happened later on in Nazi Germany. They used that by genocide. So that's a horrible metaphor which turned out to be true. And the second story is that Harry went into the movie theater where he witnessed a performance given on the stage between a man and a wolf. So they are basically trying to tame each other. And the party that succeeded later on was the wolf. He somehow tamed the human as a pet, and the human was dictated not to eat the rabbit at the table. But nevertheless, he ate that because he somehow became brutal like a real wolf. So that's another metaphor, I think, suggesting that the brutal and cruel part of human psyche becomes somehow dominant and then become the characteristic of a certain group. So that's another proper prophecy, I would say. So the reason why I think this book is so brilliant is because, well, it first of all strikes a chord in our heart, regardless of our cultural backgrounds, that there are different parts of our personalities that we should deal with and that we should have integrated. And secondly, it talks about that the pathological part of a specific individual could be reflected on a societal landscape, and thereby leading to the deaths of millions of people, the catastrophic existence of an event like that. So I can't help but ask myself, if we were in that situation, what are we gonna do? Maybe there's nothing we can do. I'm a bit pessimistic about that, but it's thank you God for that we are in a peaceful time. So I think what we can do today is being alert of the danger of blindly assimilated into a mob that we don't belong to. It's okay to be a minority. It's okay to be someone who's a weirdo, let's say. It's okay to be marginalized because it gives us a unique insight into being itself, and it can help us build our existence by truthful being and truthful speech, which I think is the most powerful weapon that we can use to fight off the misery and absurdity of the world. So that's why I love this book, and that's why I think that this book and the motif of this novel has a universal and permanent value. Thank you.